Well, this is a nice start. 1994, some developer called Empire Software. This is some generic music, but it's kinda catchy. That's your title screen, I guess. Oh, that's something, a little newspaper animation back in your old PowerPoint days. Yay, very inspirational. Ooh, we got a little profile here of Hong Kong Phooey. And a rinky dinky do to you. Well, I'll rinky dinky duck you, to be honest. Why should I bother? So, we'll get a little demo, I guess. Oh, that's little cave boy. And yes, this is pretty much it. Basically, all of them hopping around or running and or trying to run. Possibly the most uninspiring racing ever. Look at that. They're all just going around on foot. Well, well, well. Anyway, let's get out the demo. You basically do like 5 laps and then that's it. Here's the deal. Not many people know this. None of the reviews ever mention this. But guess what? If you press start, you only get to play the quick race version. That's right, there are 2 ways to get in the game. There is one called the select and one called the start. What I've done is start. If you press select, let's just say I get out of this and reset. If I can find the reset button, which I will, and then I'll skip all this shit. I'm going to press select now. And you're wondering what happens. Oh, we got an actual menu. Well, what do you know? Oh, and did you catch that 1 second of actually knowing what the menu stuff is? Yeah, that's exactly the problem. You will not know what the hell the menu is unless you spent that 1 little second actually reading. Alright? So just in case you don't know, the first line here is in fact the mode. Basically race, they call it. So you've got training, you've got your single race, you've got your cup race, and I think this is something along the lines of minigame challenge by, you know, that Tiny Atom dude or whatever. You know, you collect some stuff in a period of time or you do the race on your own. I don't know, it's really weird. And then you've got your computer player, and then you have to know that's human, or you can have a mixture. So yes, that was meant to be a computer. And then this weird thing, I don't know, it's some sort of league. It doesn't make any sense, to be honest. I think it's the difficulty of the races, I'm not too sure. Because in each of these, there's actually different kinds of tracks, you know. There's like Jellystone Park, then there's the icy one, the water one, and this is basically the alleyway from Top Cat. Basically, in all these, I can't remember the alligator one, to be honest, I think. Whatever it is. Basically, there are 5 tracks in each cup, I think, or something like that. And they're all of different difficulty or something along those lines. So you just hope to survive, to be honest. Alright, so I guess we pick this cup, and then we pick one of these tracks. I'll just pick a single race. Then you press start, and then you pick your track. Basically, if you press start, guess what happens? You don't pick anything. In actuality, it defaults to the training mode. That's why when you press start, you only get 1 track. It's a demo track. Alright, so I'll pick Top Cat, whatever. You can put in your thingy. What's the next part? Well, you get to play the track. Squealy Diddy's Dead Bed. These controls are so finicky, I'm not kidding. In order to move, you basically got to press A to go, and then you got these finicky controls to go around. You got to be very gentle and turn. But the problem is these bloody jerks always bloody bump into you and slow you down. Here's the sadder deal. You see those arrows? Guess what? If you want to complete the track properly, you have to follow those arrows. If you don't follow those arrows, you will fall behind so quickly because you don't quite realize you're supposed to follow that direction. Yeah, see how you get out? Now it's really hard to get back in. Really shitty controls. And you press like the Y button on the Super Nintendo to to jump into them if you want to slow them down, although good luck finding any use for that. And the X button does the same thing. And that's it. That's pretty much all the controls. There's nothing else really. It's really that lame. And if you lose, it's game over immediately. You go to the title screen. You basically just don't want to be last. Unfortunately, I'm going to be last because I absolutely cannot stand the controls. And I get bumped into all the time. So you're pretty much stuffed. Yep, that's it. That sums it up. You're done. And I'm not kidding, these controls are so stupid. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, if you're pushing one direction, you better hope you push back in the correct direction. Otherwise, you're stuck. And you bump into these walls so often, it is just irritating. Why do you control like you're on ice all the time is beyond me. Yep, I'm basically done. That's it. Okay, to be honest, they do give you race results, but yeah, that's basically all you get. You can do a cup and you do a whole series of those tracks, but otherwise it's literally that lame. I don't know why there's a password system. Maybe it's to get your progress through a cup, but why would you even want to? It's so poor, the overall design. Alright, so now you want to pick maybe a challenge, alright? So what do you think happens? It's very simple. You do some really crappy challenge for... Yeah, it's Animad's challenge. You basically just... Okay, let's say you pick the same track again. You basically just have to get as many of these things as you can on a modified track. It's sort of like the battle mode of the game. And if you bother to pick more than just a human player, you basically just collect all these diamonds or gems, you know, until the end. And whoever gets the most wins. That's basically it. That is all you get. You either get foot race or you get gem collecting. That is it. It is that bad. I'm not really sure what the pink one does, the black one does, but whatever. And yes, different values, of course. And that's basically it. I don't think this is really worth everything, is it? And that's basically the thing about this game. You literally just run around foot race, and it's so... Oh, and did I mention that there's 5 players? That's right. 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, and 5 up. So if you were one of the few people who got a SNES multi-tap, you could play 5 players. One of the few rare games that had 5 player or more than 2 player. In your Super Nintendo, you only had 2 SNES ports, but you could apparently do up to 8 players if you had 2 quad-based multi-taps, because each multi-tap you could put in a twin multi-tap. So if it had 4 controllers, you could actually put in another 2 in each port, because there was a twin version of multi-tap. Yes, they can plug into each other. I could be wrong, maybe there was 3 or 4, I can't remember, but basically you could do up to 8 players. There's only like a few games that you could. And that's pretty much it for the game. There is nothing of real value to this game other than it really was a waste of my time in my childhood. I could not believe they even made this game so rushed and poorly made. Don't ever bother with this game. It is really not worth your time, unless you're that curious about how Sonic Racing was on the Super Nintendo. Thanks for watching. Bye, my friends.